Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.
Bagels and go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah. Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station right now if you want the best content.
What's up? Welcome to Destination for another night of Screen Talk, Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. This is where we talk about all things Screen. We talk about all the theories and predictions. I got some questions. I'm sure y'all have some as well. Bring your theories, bring your questions, put them in the comment section because I'm going to get to each and every single one of y'all hopefully by tonight. Sometimes the chats do go a little bit haywire, especially with some Scream Talk, but super chats do go to the front line. Not necessary. I try to give everyone their shine, but you know how it is. I mean, we got a really great community, and I don't like to leave anybody left out. But tonight, I have some interesting thoughts about Scream Talk. Also, I have a huge announcement tonight, and I got some guests along with me tonight, too. So stick around. We will talk about the big announcement that's going to be coming out next week. That soon. Yes, we are launching next week. And I want to hear your thoughts about it. Let me know how excited you are. Let me know if this is something that you would even like consider being a part of and tuning into, because your voice matters always here. And also, I'd like to, plug in there that we do have the Woodsboro Cinema Club. We have started that recently where we do watch parties and we all get together and we add movies to the wheel. The Woodsboro Cinema Club will, and we spin it after every single movie viewing. And whatever it lands on, it could land on your movie, it could land on anybody's movie, but that's the very next one that we watch. So we try to do that about 2 or 3 times a week. I do schedule those out. I think our next one is Freaky, which is this Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. Shay Rants, which is another YouTube content creator. He will be joining me on the panel. And I hope everyone comes by and hangs out because we are going to be talking about Freaky. Yes, it's the one with Vince Vaughn. It's like a comedy slasher horror. Really cool vibe. Check it out. If you like Happy Death Day and stuff like that, you'll dig this movie. It's a good watch. It'll be a great watch party. And so, yeah, be a part of that. And stick around for later on whenever I do announce this news. Thank you for everybody showing up. Y'all always show up and show out for Scream Talk, and I love your faces. And also, we do have a goal here. It's not necessary, but these streams can go a little lengthy. But if we meet that goal, we will extend the stream for an extra hour. So yeah, if you do want that extra hour and just hanging out with us, because we've been streaming like almost every single night, and it's been great. It's been really great, but. I am going to get to the chat here in just a moment. Hold on. Why can I not see? Here we go. For a minute, I couldn't see anybody's comments. That's crazy. But let's see here. I'm going to see who's all in the house. We got DJ in the house. Nice to see you. We got King Matthew in here. Yes, I see you got some theories. We're gonna get to that. I will go back to the beginning. But super chats do go to the front of the line, but I do have to go back and address everybody's comments in line, in order. Got Paula in the house. Great to see you. Always a pleasure. We got Horror Queen in the house. Good to see you, Horror Queen. Hell yeah. And also, Horror Queen knows her stuff because she's shared some things with me that I'm probably going to use in the future. She's already given me the okay. And thank you so much. I really appreciate you because the Woodsboro Cinema Club is stronger than ever, and this is such a great community. We got the best community on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. But thank you. It's great to have you here. We got Val. Hey, you guys. I just thought about the Goonies whenever you said that. Hey, you got baby Ruth. Anyways, I love me some Goonies. I am a Goonie. That's what I like to say, anyways. All right, just kind of skipping around, trying to see who's all up in here. We got Cody up in here. Nice to see you. We got Oliver up in here. Good to see you too. We got a troll. Nice, nice. Stella here. We did watch her last movie on the Woodsboro Cinema Club. We watched Identity from 2003. Such a great watch. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Some of the best writing ever. So yeah. Okay. It looks like I am going to be getting backed up on the chat, but let me get over here real quick. Okay, I'm back at the top. Let me go ahead and bring on my guest, and then we're going to get started. Let me know if this music is okay. I just you know, I can't tell on my end, so y'all got to let me know if the volume is balanced on your end. So that sounds really weird. You know what I'm saying. But all right, I'm gonna bring on my next guest, the one and only. You know him as I shot him 6 times. I know him as my brother from another mother, Marcus. We got something cooking, and we can't tell you. We cannot wait to share the news with y'all. But what's up, Marcus? How you doing, buddy?
You already know, man. Doing all right. Having a great day. Finally got the damn wig split, so feeling a little fresh over here, you know what I mean? Ready to talk some Scream Talk and share these theories with you all as we always do. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, man. And man, you look fresh, man. It's good to see
Thank
you,
you.
dude. Even the Friday the 13th shirt too, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Jason Lives at DAC. Did you know that's my favorite one?
Yeah, it is. It's probably one of mine as well, if not my favorite one. I gotta re-watch all those, and that's coming. We got that in the works because we got some summertime horror movies that we really got to start launching here. But man, it's good to see you, man. Man, we did what was it? The Halloween remake over on your channel.
Yeah.
That was an experience.
Quite the experience.
But it was a good watch. It was a good watch. Yeah. So go check out Marcus. Go check out his new videos. They're so in depth. He's got some killer ass thumbnails right now. Like you're killing it. And your watch parties as well, like Halloween. If we're not on my channel, we're most likely on his channel. And he's got terrific stuff. So, and he's the man that knows all things Halloween. So if Halloween is your bread and butter, that's where you go. He's the guy to go to. So yeah, go subscribe to my boy. But I will get back to the chat in just a moment. We do have another guest in the house. I know him as Dominant St. Clair. He loves Godzilla. But some of us in the cinema, the Woodsboro Cinema Club, know him as Damalama Ding Dong. What it do, Damalam? What's this, a football goal?
It
ain't that big. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie.
I lie. I'm telling you. But
I'm kidding, man.
But yeah, it's good to be here with you guys. You know, do another Screen Talk. You know, and I just want to say that I did a stream earlier, and I had to cut it short because of personal stuff. So I apologize for the viewers that did come to see the stream and were there for the short period of time. I apologize. I was supposed to go longer, but I promise you the next time that I do go live, it's gonna be longer and it's gonna be good. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows that. Yeah, man. No worries, man. We all have, like, you know, family emergencies, just emergencies in general. I mean, it's tough, and you know, we've been spending a lot of time with the community, and I love it. Like, I look forward to this every night, like pretty much almost every night. We might miss a night or two here, but man, we've been rocking and rolling, man, and it's been great.
Heck yeah,
really good.
It's been nice to be back in the saddle, man.
It is.
Everything feels like it's falling into place at the right time. So I love it.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. Me too, man. Me too. It's been great. We're gonna go ahead and get to the chat, and I have a couple of questions here, or a couple of theories, and I want to get your take on it because I have a couple of ideas of Scream. This is just gonna be kind of more of a laid back Scream talk. You know, we had a little bit of news from Guy Busick recently and everything, but nothing too groundbreaking. So tonight, you know, we're just gonna keep it our weekly, you know, Scream talk, but tonight it's a little bit more laid back, and I just want to hear some of y'all's thoughts of what you think. But we're gonna start it off with our very own King Matthew III, and he comes in with, my theory for Scream 7 is that it ends in a betrayal with Gail betraying Sydney because she is an opportunist. Maybe she's secretly working with Stu, and that's how he's been able to be hidden so long. You think this will be like, I mean, a betrayal with Sydney? I mean, like, you think they're going to have like another falling out? Dom, I'm going to go with you first, man. What do you think about this? What do you think what King's thinking about?
I mean, Gail is someone, she is an opportunist, but I don't think she will go that far with working with Stu, to be honest. Like, if she were to be going and working with Stu, I think we would probably be knowing by now, like, some suspicions about that, but like we don't really know too much about her and Stu working together at the moment. Like, that's something that's like, it's a theory, like King Matthew's pointing out. It's a theory, but I don't think she would do something like that, especially if it turns out Stu did kill Dewey. That would be like a big, like, turn off for Gail, if you can say. And it would definitely, like, not have Gail be on Stu's side, because that Dewey is her love life, you know. That's her one and only love that actually cared for her, and I feel like she felt the same way about Dewey. So I think she is in a way like associated with Ghostface because she keeps putting out the books, right? And she's always promoting the movies or whatever and stuff like that, because if there's no Ghostface in her life, then there is no Gail Weathers, you know. So I can see that side of Gail, but like, I don't see her going a step further. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see her going that far into the trenches with someone like Stu.
Even if she had like a good, you know, reason why, maybe her intentions was genuine. Maybe she was just like, I just want Sid to live in peace, but she was just like, you know, not even then.
You said like she has good intentions.
Yeah, by like, she's not like intentionally trying to betray Sydney. She has good intentions by like not letting her know it, but Sydney takes it as a betrayal.
I can, you know what, I can see that. I can say yes to that. Because if it's Gail doing it as good intentions and stuff, then yeah, that makes sense for Gail, because Gail would do something like that and for the greater good. You know, in her world, she thinks she's doing really good. So yeah, I'll say yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Marcus?
Well, I mean, do I think it will likely happen? No, I think we've gotten to the point with Gail where we will see her still be a POS, but they're never going to fully turn her. Is it possible if they decide to like shock the audience? Yeah, and I would not be surprised. And I will plug Val here in, because Val was one of the first people who actually like talked about this. You know, much like Dom said, without Ghostface, what else does she have? You know what I mean? So like, maybe, just maybe, she decided, you know, who's to say she wasn't involved from, you know, all them times before, because of that fact. I'll say after Scream 4, because without Ghostface in her life, she wasn't shit. She didn't know what to write. This is her fame. This is what keeps money in her pocket. This is what puts, you know, food on her table. And not only that, yes, does she have a love for Dewey? Sure. But did that love ever stop her from being as ambitious as she was and still wanting to do what she wanted to do? No. You know what I mean? Even though she knew Dewey, you know, wasn't big with the New York setting or that, you know, all that limelight, did that stop her from pursuing what Gail wanted? No. So to feed into the whole opportunist aspect of working with Stu or whatever, I mean, think about it like this. If it is revealed that Stu is alive and basically Gail Weathers had a hand in it, whether she goes out alive or whatever goes out dead as a killer or as an accomplice, whatever. Now her legacy is basically she's immortal as Ghostface. You know what I mean? Like, she will forever be remembered, you know, and that's all Gail has ever wanted. You know, that Pulitzer Prize, you know, that's her thing. You know, why does she want to win a Pulitzer Prize? Because it's immortality when it comes to writing, being a journalist. You know, if you win something like that, you're etched in stone as an icon forever. You know what I mean? So do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I see the possibility in it? I can see why people would think that, because Gail, man, like, she is very, very opportunistic. And you have to think, with somebody who is that opportunistic, how hard would it be for them to crack under the most, you know, pressure in regards to how they will crack or whatever, because they look at it as, if I don't have this, I have nothing. You know what I mean? So maybe just irrelevant. Yes, exactly. So, and think about it, with Stu coming back and being revealed alive and Gail was helping him, that'd be like the biggest story she would ever have, even in death. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but I see why people can look at Gail and say, hey, maybe she was behind this all along after a certain part in the franchise. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, great point, man. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of her secretly working with Stu. I don't now, with her having knowledge that Stu is alive, I can possibly get behind that. Like, I think that like maybe, you know, Scream 7 ends, maybe Sydney feels a sense of betrayal, but it's not intentional by Gail. And maybe it was Dewey and Gail knew that Stu was alive this entire time. And then maybe at the end of 7, Gail provides the only footage that shows what happened that night. She still has that camera or something, you know, or that live feed, and shows it to Sydney. But Sydney feels some type of way about it. But it's the intentions wasn't about betrayal or even working with Stu. I don't want her working with Stu, but like she knew about it, and this is when she actually brings it up to Sydney. I'm okay with that. Like, and she even explains it to Sydney. Like, Sid, we were trying to keep peace with you. We didn't want you to know. You know, Dewey did not made me swear not to tell you. You know, like, maybe it was like she could say, like, Dewey is the one that, you know, knew about it because he was in law enforcement back then and stuff, and he made her swear that she would never tell Sydney. You know, it could be a moment like that, and they could have a falling out, and then, you know, and then it could lead. I don't think that I really want, like, Gail to work with Stu, but I wouldn't, you know, would Sydney punch Gail again over it? I don't know. Bam, bitch went down.
Super bitch.
You know, something like that. They'd have to. It's a slippery slope how they would have to, like, execute that. And I hope that if they do that, it makes sense. It's not sloppy writing. It's from a place of good and not a place of betrayal. That's the only thing I'm saying. Yeah.
I do want to add this, to add what you just said about Gail and Dewey possibly knowing. Think about what Mark Kincaid said in Scream 3 to Gail. If you share what I'm sharing with you in regards to this case and these pictures, you know, I promise you, it will be you I am arresting. So it's not impossible to think that back in the day when all this shit was hot, you know what I mean? Especially if Stu's parents possibly paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dewey, you say nothing, you have to sign an NDA basically. You can't say shit or we're locking you guys up. It's not impossible to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not impossible to think, honestly. Yeah, I really don't think. I mean, also, and then, you know, like Dewey, you know, he was kind of a, you know, I wouldn't say he was like up in the ranks too much on the first movie. So he probably got bullied around a little bit. Like, don't you say a fucking word or it's your
Right.
job, you know?
Right.
So yeah. We do have a super chat in the house, and we will get to it really quick. King Matthew III also says, plus, if you go through the series, Gail never really mentioned Stu that much, I don't think. Only Dewey and Sydney mentions him, and she did tell Sydney in 5 that she started the Ghostface attacks. Oh, so Gail says she started the Ghostface attacks.
Yeah, she took responsibility because of basically, if it wasn't, well, she feels like if she didn't publicize Maureen's death, I guess the way it was, then she could have prevented all the future ghost faces that came about and stuff like that. Because she basically made this whole Maureen's murder that was connected to the Woodsboro murders a year later. She basically made it famous.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like all these leaks that we've gotten from Scream 7, we haven't really seen Courtney Cox on set or do too much, right? Like, we don't even know how she's playing into this movie. We have rumors, but we don't really know. I mean, except for what Guy Busick says, and we are going to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a super chat in the house. Super chats do go to the front of the line, and thank you very much for the support. We do meet our goal. We will extend the stream for another hour. But it's our very own hashtag digital bouncer. The general Val Views with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Val. 1,000% perfect timing of y'all coming back to YouTube. Wow. I can't express how much that means to me. Val, you have been a huge supporter and you are so sweet. Thank you for the kind words. Because it feels good and we're so glad to be here. So thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Hope everybody else does as well. But Val, you keep us in line.
Right.
That's why she's the general. But hashtag digital bouncer, kick control's asses one stream at a time. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I gotta do it every single time, y'all. And you know what, Val? You saying all this, saying perfect time, you just get us all like feeling good, and we just kind of want to put on a little happy dance. Oh yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh yeah,
man. I'm so ready. I don't know what it is, but like I am so ready to check out some Friday the 13th. Man, I feel like I've kind of abandoned this franchise a little bit on the channel, and I just need to show it some love, especially now that it's coming back with the series, the Crystal Lake series, and it's summertime. I'm ready to get into that mood, man. Like I'm ready to watch some summertime horror.
I agree.
Thank you again, Val, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Let's see here, and that is how I dance. And maybe one day I'll show you my dance moves on the live stream. Maybe. Let's see here. Let's go through here. Okay, I want to talk about this. We're going to talk about this right now. We got 23 people watching, and please hit that like button if you're just popping in and popping out. I greatly appreciate it. At least do that. But I want to talk about this real quick. what Guy Busick said about Scream 7. And we will get back to the chat and your questions and everything. But we know that Gail is going to be the one to bring in Chad and Mindy into the story and bring them to Sydney. How significant do you feel about that? Like, do you think that they're going to play a big role? Do you think they're going to be working with Gail, or do you think that they're just going to be tagging along, jumping in the vehicle and being like, "Hey, we're going," you know, like I know that Guy said that this is not in New York, so where are they coming from? Do you think that they could be in Woodsboro and leave Woodsboro to come to Pine Grove, Indiana?
And
Like, Marcus, I'll let you go first. How do you
no,
think
let Dom go first. Let Dom go
All right.
first. Because
All right, I'll let him marinate for a minute. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Dom.
It's interesting. I think they're definitely going to play a part in this film, and how they get to Indiana, I have no clue, because if they're not gonna pick up from New York, or at least show New York and like show the twins there, you know, hanging out or whatever, then it's like, okay, what city are they in right now? You know, like it's a fair question. You know, I definitely think like they're definitely going to be coming from somewhere, obviously, but when it comes to them getting there and playing a role, I think they're going to play a pretty significant role, especially when it has something to do with Randy. If it has something to do with Randy, then that's why they jumped in the van with Gail and stuff like that, and go to Indiana and track down Sydney and her daughter and try to figure out these new Ghostface killings. So I think Randy plays a big part in it, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now you got my head spinning a little bit about the Randy thing. Like, now I got an idea. Marcus, you look ready, man.
Yeah. So I will say this. I've been on the Randy kick too, because of the whole organic nature that supposedly James Vanderbilt came up with for Chad and Mindy to return. I will be honest, I'm not too confident in it, but hey, we'll see. I do think I have said that basically I think maybe what leads them to Indiana is maybe they get some type of like AI Ghostface call from Randy. You know, it's not really him, but it's Ghostface portraying him. Maybe that's what leads them to Indiana. But now I'm starting to think that, I mean, we had a rumor come out earlier. Of course, it's just a rumor. May not even happen at all. But this rumor does got me thinking, like, okay, so they said this is an organic way to incorporate them into the story. And we've always talked about maybe we could see Ghostface attacks happening in 2 locations at once. So what if wherever Gail, Chad, and Mindy are at the beginning of the movie, or if we get introduced to them like shortly after Sydney and her kids, or wherever they're at, or whatever, what if a Ghostface attack happens on them there, and then also at the same time in Indiana, and then basically, you know, Sydney and Gail, I guess, you know, communicate about this, what happened, what have you, maybe they see it on the news, and that's what leads them to communicate and stuff like that, and that's what gets Chad and Mindy and Gail to go to Indiana, because it's obviously linked and stuff like that. Now, I will also say though, now I reached out, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a response back, but hey, this is the chances you take as a content creator and stuff when you're trying to get certain information. So I did reach out to a source. I won't give the name, because just in case they actually do message me back, you know what I mean, and I get that information, I want their permission to know if I can use their name or remain anonymous. But I basically asked this person, like, in regards to guys' comments about the location, when did this interview take place, basically, and stuff like that, because we have to keep in mind, just because the article came out, you know, last week, that doesn't mean the actual interview itself came out. You know, and I want to point out that one of my subscribers, Billy Moore, pointed that out, and I thought that was a great point. You know what I mean? So for all we know, that interview with Guy and, you know, comicbook.com could have took place before they began filming and we got the set photos. You know, because I find it really, really interesting that Guy said, you know, basically he didn't want to give away the location, you know, and we already have set photos of the location. And I said this last week, Destin, could it be possible that Pine Grove, Indiana is a fictional setting?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I'm hoping they get back to me in regards to when this interview took place. Because if this interview took place exactly like when the article dropped or within a few days, then that all but ensures that Pine Grove, Indiana, in my opinion, is a fictional place. Why would the writer basically say, I don't want to give away the location without spoiling it when we already have set photos? That means Pine Grove would have to be a fictional place. And wherever we are at really is a place that has been familiar in the franchise. And I'm telling you right now where it is. We're back in Hollywood, baby. We are back in Hollywood. It makes sense. If let's say if Pine Grove is a fictional setting, maybe they're doing a new Stab TV show. Maybe they're doing a new Stab movie that is set in Pine Grove, Indiana. It would make sense that it would be in Hollywood that Sydney and them are really living, because remember, she lived outside of Hollywood in the fucking Univar somewhere, but she didn't live too far from Hollywood. As far as we know, she still lived in California somewhere. And you know what I mean? Roman's going to be in this movie. What if, basically how they're tying this in, what if we are back in Hollywood, right? Well, we have to ask the question, why? What if what if they reveal this is where Stu and Roman, like we get that reveal that Stu is helping Roman in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like it all connects back to Hollywood. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to think, bro, we are going to actually be in Hollywood for this movie, which is the supposed, you know, other place that was said by Critical Overlord and other people who have come out and said, yeah, there will be a location in this movie that we're familiar with. I think we might be back in Hollywood, Destin, and I think Pine Grove could be a fictional setting.
Wow, man, that's I know we talked about it before, man, but you really sold it right there, dude. Like, you got me thinking, man.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, like I've always wanted the idea of if we went back to Woodsboro, I wanted Hollywood to come to Woodsboro. To have that best of both worlds, to be in like they're making a new Stab movie, they're making a requel, or you know, like what Richie and Amber's idea was, what they wanted to do. All the sequels suck, so they were trying to make a requel. Well, that worked in the eyes of cinema, and so now they're making a movie in Woodsboro. It's controversy around the entire town because they're filming in locations of the actual victims of the original movie, like Casey Becker's house, the school, Stu Macher's house. You know, there's a scene with Stu Macher's house where they got it set up, and they're like, "Oh, we actually got the house," you know, and they could just really play into it. I think that's a really, but your idea with the Pine Grove stuff, man, is just like right there with it. Like it's almost like the same idea, just in a fictional town, which is cool. Which I love that. I love like fictional towns and stuff like that. Like I loved, like, if you ever seen the remake of like House of Wax, which is a very underrated movie. I really like that remake. The fictional town and everything that's out there in the woods and stuff like that. Like I love settings like that. That's so like cool, and the ambiance and everything is cool about it. If they really execute that right, I that might be gold, man. That might be some real gold. And that would be such a twist, because, you know, all these leaks, it's like, oh, we don't know what we're getting now, because we thought we were getting XYZ, but we're actually getting something completely different. And I think I want to be surprised. I don't want to know everything. I hate some of the stuff I already know. but I can't help it because I am a content creator. You're a content creator. It's
Yep.
like, if we're not the first people to know about it, we're the second. You know,
Right.
like someone's going to send it to us. It's going to be
Yeah.
a message. Like, go ahead.
I do want to point this out too. For those who say about Mark Consuelos' character, Robbie Rivers. He's supposed to be running a TV show that's called Pine Grove with Robbie Rivers. So some would question, well, how is it fictional if he has a show? Well, this is my counter to that. What if he is, doing this show, Pine Grove with Robbie Rivers, but what if he's kind of like a Cotton Weary? Because we know he's a reporter. But what if he's kind of like a Cotton Weary to where they asked him to be a part of this movie? Because remember, Cotton was supposed to be in Stab 3, Return to Woodsboro.
Yeah.
And he was already an on-air TV personality. He had his own show, 100% Cotton. So what if, just like Cotton was supposed to be in Stab 3, Return to Woodsboro, Mark Consuelos' character is playing a reporter in this fictional town in this fictional movie.
Yeah.
So
I bet you he's going to play in like a way where he thinks he's about to get famous because the Ghostface attacks are going on in the town. He's like, ooh, this is my big break, blah, 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 blah. He's going to kind of be like the male version of Gil from the first movie. And then Gil's going to come in and be like, hey, calm your tits. Shit's about to get real. And he's just like, oh, don't tell me, blah, 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 blah. He's going to be cocky. And then I see him as being killed on probably pretty early on in the movie.
You know what she's going to hit him with? Listen, local man, I know you hold me up as your career template, and this gives you some type of charge to challenge me.
Yeah.
But give it a rest.
Hell yeah.
I swear. I want to see that now.
Yeah, she's going to punch him in the face. Like, damn, I've seen this somewhere before. Did you get, and I want to hear it, did you get that on film? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We do have another super chat in the house. It's our very own Go DJ. That's my DJ. DJ plays favorites with the $5.86 super chat. Stu is in an asylum deep in the mountains of Georgia. Equals woods. Yeah. Okay, so this is a big thing that's going around all over the place. It's like, because we know we don't know shit. We don't know shit. But what we hear is that there's supposed to be a mental patient that escapes that's headed for Sydney's house, and Gail takes them out. I don't know how that would be some people were thinking that's the opening scene. I don't see how that would happen in the opening scene. I don't know if that's Stu. I don't know if that's somebody random, like we got in like Halloween Kills, something similar in that scenario. But how do y'all feel about this? Because we have dabbled our toes with this this scenario of Stu being in a insane asylum. How do y'all feel about that? Like do you like the idea of him being in an asylum? And do you think that he's going to escape kind of like a Michael Myers or something? Like, do you think it's going to be something like that?
No.
You can go, Marcus. Yeah.
No, I personally, and this is just me personally, I don't think he is going to be in a mental asylum. I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should do it to where he is kind of like Michael Myers and he breaks out, because then it's just too obvious that he's alive. We want them to play in to the aspect, and I heard that this is what they are going to be doing. You know what I mean? They're going to really lean into the aspect of, is he alive or is he really dead? Yeah. So I think by revealing that he's in a mental asylum and having him break out, well, that obviously there's no mystery to that. That shows he's alive. Now, the rumor that has been ever since, before filming started, is that Ethan Embry's character is going to be the mental patient, and that Gail goes to see him. That's actually been confirmed. That part, that Gail goes to see Ethan Embry's character in a mental asylum.
Okay.
So for me, I think the big question is, who is Ethan Embry's character? What significance does he have to the story as to why Gail is going to see him? My theory on that, I could be wrong, but apparently we are supposed to get an early Ghostface reveal. What if he's that early Ghostface reveal that happens in the middle of the movie? Let's say they do that. And
Kind
let's
of
see
like the beginning of Scream 6, like
two
get
of
like
the,
an early,
yes.
get like an early reveal. Yeah.
Yes. So let's say he is that Ghostface, right? But they don't kill him. They take him down enough to restrain him, but they don't kill him. And they obviously see he's kind of batshit out of his mind or whatever. So instead of taking him to jail right away, they take him to a mental institution or whatnot. And Gail goes to talk to him to get information about who he's working for. Is there more ghost faces, or was it just him? So on and so forth. That's what I feel is going to be happening. I have a feeling that Ethan Embry's character is going to be one of the ghost faces, and he could be the one that gets revealed early to where he gets transferred to the mental asylum, and then that's where we get Gail going there to visit him. But my dark horse for that is, what if Ethan Embry's character is basically like he's a mental patient, and somehow, some way, like maybe something like that does happen. Maybe they have somebody break out, but we don't know who it is. And Gail goes to talk to Ethan Embry's character to see if he will reveal who was the person that broke out of the mental asylum. They could do that, but I have a feeling that Ethan Embry's character is going to be a little bit more significant than just a mental patient. I think he could be one of the ghost faces.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I like the idea. I think Ethan can definitely play it. He's been playing some more intense roles in his later career. Have you ever seen what was that Devil's Candy or whatever that movie was? You haven't seen Devil's Candy? Oh man, check that out. The guy that was in Identity the other night, the guy with the eyes, the psych patient, he's in that as well. So it's Ethan Embry and him. It's pretty interesting. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's good. What do you think about this, Dom?
Yeah. See, I didn't hear about this news until you guys just brought it up just now. So I'll give you my quick thoughts real quick. So what I think about this is that I think it's a cool idea to reveal that a Ghostface early in the movie, because then it brings something different. It brings something different to the whole table when it comes to Ghostface and murder mystery identity that we usually have in the Scream movies. Mm-hmm. And they kind of did that in Scream 6, but then they killed him off really early. I don't want them to kill him off in this movie, because I want us to know that's the Ghostface we're dealing with, this and that, and then it's revealed, and then they take him to the asylum. Like when Marcus says, like, take him to the asylum after they restrain him, and they talk to him, right? Just like what Marcus said. I'm not. And by the way, I'm quoting Marcus because this is what Marcus said. So I agree with Marcus. What he's saying is that they capture him, and then they bring him to the asylum, and then they try to find out like who else he's working with and this and that. I think that is a good way to like add to the story for Scream 7, because that will make it more interesting and make it more like engaging. Like, like, dang, like, okay, we got Ghostface, but like, wait, there's another one. There's more and all that stuff. Like, we always know there's more, but it's like, wait, but this one's been revealed and he's alive and he's not dead. And it's like, wait, what? Like, this is different. So that is something that I find interesting. When it comes to Stu being in an asylum, I agree with Marcus. I don't want him to be in an asylum, revealed in an asylum. I want it to be a mystery. Is he alive or is he dead? That type of mystery that's involved, like what Marcus was saying before, is that it's a whole mystery of trying to figure out if Stu is alive or dead. And I think that should be the whole goal in terms of like telling that story.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with the Stu being in the asylum thing. I don't want to see it all early on in the movie, though. I want it to be something like, if okay, let's say Ethan Embry. Let's say this is the character. Maybe he was a Ghostface that was trying to come after Sydney or Gale, whichever one. I'd rather it be Sydney that kicks his ass and like knocks him down and then gets him apprehended and you know, like the law enforcement, everybody, they're just like, this sick fuck, you know, he's escaped 3 times already, and he's a sick fan of the Stab movies and you, Miss Prescott, and all this kind of stuff. And you know, but she took him out. She knocked him out. She could have killed him, but she didn't. She's kind of used to this type of behavior. Like, she's got a huge ass security system around her house. You know, she's expecting it. She's expecting the unexpected. And she kind of takes him out early on in the movie, and he gets revealed. And that's where we kind of get that introduction of the cult of Ghostface. We start, you know, kind of chiseling away at the idea of like, this is bigger than you think, Sydney. This is bigger. And then Gale comes in to interview Ethan and starts asking certain questions. She realizes like, it's something bigger. You know, you don't know what this isn't just Pine Grove, Indiana. This isn't just Woodsboro. This isn't New York City. This isn't Hollywood. You know, like they have like this very Hannibal Lecter conversation between between the glass, and that's where, but he won't give anything. He's kind of riddling stuff, you know, with them, and he's like, yeah, there's a certain someone or you know, you know, like just kind of like fucking with them without telling them anything. And
right.
now we're kind of like, oh, okay, they kind of dabbled into it a little bit in 6, but now we're doubling down onto it in here. And it's not just New York. It's not just here. It's not Atlanta. It's not Woodsboro. It's not Hollywood. It's now Pound Grove, Indiana. And this is like a multi-area thing. And, you know, maybe Ethan's like, you can't run, Sid. We're everywhere, you know, and shit like that. Like, I think that's a cool way. Like, Ethan could be kind of like that person. But then we see Ethan in the asylum. After having his big scene and all that kind of stuff, we see a Ghostface show up in the asylum and kill him. And it's like I'm supposed to be in the next movie or whatever, you know, like I'm supposed to be, I'm part of the cult or whatever. And it's just a Ghostface but you don't know who that Ghostface is.
Yeah, kind of like Kieran in Scream 2. I like that.
Yes.
Well, in Scream Season 2, I should say.
Scream season 2. We are going to do a watch party of the Scream Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3. We are going to do that. I do have that coming on my channel sometime this summer. Well, I'm going to be looking out for that because I do want to resurface those movies. But
I will say this real quick, too. Apparently, when this Ghostface is revealed in the middle of the movie, it is supposed to be outside of Sydney's coffee shop. So, we'll see. You know?
Maybe that's where it takes place. Maybe that's exactly where it takes place. Maybe that's where, you know, her daughter was getting chased, and Sydney shows up to save the day, and maybe that's that whole scene. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's a big possibility. It's a very big possibility. I like this idea. It's not far from you know, from what I think that we are going to get. I think it's going to be great. Doubling back on, and I am going to give you a video, DJ. Thank you for the support. If we do meet our goal, we will extend the stream for an hour. But we are about 49 minutes into the stream. But DJ, the asylum idea is going to be a slippery slope. I just hope that it's done right. I hope that, you know, it's not just like stuck in there and it's kind of feels like other movies. I want them to be really smart with it. I want them to have layers in this movie. That's what I think this movie needs. I think it needs layers. Like especially if you're going to integrate the cult thing, you know, because that's also like that can take away the mystique of Scream a little bit. So make it make sense. And doubling back on what I was going to say earlier, and I'll shut up about it and we'll move forward. But with Gale bringing Chad and Mindy to Sydney, I think it would be kind of cool to have like Chad working with Gail, and a lot of people are saying like there's going to be Randy, like y'all even mentioned it, like Randy might play a big role in that, and the reason why they tag along with Gail to go see Sydney. And wouldn't it be crazy if they see a video of Randy giving the rules again, but they know Randy isn't alive, so it's Ghostface giving the rules, but there's some sort of like twist to the rules, like it's almost like a riddle, kind of like a jigsaw thing. You know, like they're it's like they're said in a way, but it's also the opposite. Like the rules aren't very clear, and the rules might be one way, but the Ghostface means it another. I think that would be really cool because I would love to see Randy give the rules again, even if if Ghostface is using AI.
Bro, think about this. What happened in Scream 3? Has there been another damn rewrite? How the fuck are we supposed to learn our lines if the script is getting written every 15 minutes? It's not just a new script, it's a new movie.
Yeah.
What movie? My movie. So I think that's what they're going to adopt. I think you're spot on with that, bro. Like in regards to Ghostface using AI as Randy or anybody else, but like you said, with Randy with the rules, I can definitely see that playing out for sure, man. You know what I mean? Because that'd be a nice homage to Scream 3, but it also shows you to a degree that this Ghostface isn't operating by the standard rules of horror.
Right.
They're operating on their own standard rules of horror. So that makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It really does. DJ, thank you so much, man. You got our wheels turning over here. I mean, it's something. But I got to get back to the chat, but I am going to give you a quick video, and I'm trying to think what would be the best thing to give everyone. It seems like everyone's on the stew train, right?
Chicka 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 toot toot. Chicka 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 toot toot.
It just seems like it keeps on tooting away, man.
Oh man,
it never gets old. It never gets old.
Never.
Thank you again, DJ. Let's see here. We're gonna go with Cody. Cody says, "What I want is Ghostface's first kill to be Mark Sid's wife." I'm thinking he meant husband. This will break her, and she can hide her children, and she will need help from Gail and maybe Stu, who knows if he's reformed or not. Hold on, let me reread that. What I want is Ghostface's first kill. Okay, so you want Mark to be the first kill that will break her. She can hide her children, and she will need help from Gail and maybe Stu, who knows, reformed or not. Okay, so you think Stu might be like working with Gail and maybe good? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he's saying reformed, like he's reformed and like he's a good guy.
Yeah. Like he's like cotton weary now. Like I want to put the past behind us, and Billy made me do everything, and peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive. Whatever. I was radicalized. Whatever. They could go that route. They could go that route. But I'm gonna let y'all. Marcus, I want you to go first because you're twitching and you're itching, and you gotta give us your thoughts. After that, Damalama Ding Dong, you're next.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make this quick. Don't worry. No, hey, I respect everybody's opinions and what they want to see first and foremost. For me personally, now I'm not saying I can't see Mark being the opening kill, because that definitely would break City. That shows that this is really, really personal, for sure. So that definitely could happen. Me personally, I want us to get to know Mark a little bit. I want to see that relationship. I want to see the relationship with his kids before. I want us to like him before he dies. I think that's what Scream 7 has to do with some of these characters. You got to build them up like you used to in terms of us liking them, and then you rip them away from us. That has to happen more often in this film. Now, in regards to Stu helping Sydney and Gail, I can't accept it. I won't. It doesn't make sense. And this is why it doesn't make sense, because a lot of people point to peer pressure. This is why peer pressure doesn't make sense. Because in that moment, when Stu said that in regards to what is he going to tell the police? Oh, it was peer pressure. Basically, Billy made me do it. Well, then you had a chance right in that moment to stop what you were doing in the original film, but you didn't. What happened after Sidney stabbed Stu with the umbrella? Stabbed Billy with the umbrella. Stu got up and basically tried to take her out again. So the whole idea that peer pressure, you know, and he's reformed because he was peer pressured by Billy, because of that aspect alone, that's out the window. It makes no sense, in my opinion, for Stu to be reformed. Like, if you do that, you not only take away, you not only mess a great opportunity, but then you take away one of our most, if not the most unpredictable killer in the entire franchise. And instead of seeing that be pissed away, I want to see them expand upon that. So for me, I can't see Stu be reformed. I just don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dom?
Yeah, I agree with Marcus. You know, I agree 100%. I don't want to see Stu reformed or none of that. I would like to see him as the villain and see, like what Marcus said, expand upon him as a character, as a villain, as a Ghostface. I think that would make it more interesting, and it would make it more cool. It would make it more like engaging to watch, because Matthew Lillard is such an amazing actor, and the way he pulled off Stu was amazing. And to see them expand the character for like as a villain and stuff, I think that would be great, because then he gets more range and stuff, and he can do some different things, but he still is the same old Stu. So like he can be more mature and stuff, but sometimes he just has that itch to go like this. Yeah. You know, like something like that. So like I like to see stuff like that from Stu. So yeah, I don't want to see him reform either. I'd rather see him be the bad guy and be the head honcho of this whole cult.
Hell to the no, I don't want to see him. Hell no. I don't want to see that. I want to see him shine. I want to see him as a killer. I want him to see. I want to see him do. I want to see a big ass showdown. I want to see a big ass showdown between Sidney and Stu. I want it to make sense. I don't want it to be rushed. I want it to feel good. Like this time he's like, okay, Billy got all that recognition. Billy got all of it. He got the Woodsboro murders. Everyone thinks Billy. But no, now it's Stu. And this is his time to shine. And he wants it to go global. You know, or you know, like he wants it to go big. Like he's been orchestrating and planning this for years. He's got so many people that are behind him. And like Ethan Embry's character could be like, you know, like, this is bigger than you think. This isn't just Woodsboro. This isn't just Pine Grove, Indiana. This isn't just New York City. This isn't just Hollywood. This is bigger than you know, Sid or Gail or both or whatever. And I just want it to just like feel so intense whenever he's revealed. And honestly, I think that we're going to like get hints of it in this one, but it's not really going to be revealed until the next one. I think that maybe we'll get something that I think we'll get like breadcrumbs in this one. If we do get it revealed in this one, it might end in the way of like how I've always said, how he wants to get caught and he wants it to be all over the media and he wants to go, you know, like he's just like, you know, like everyone's like, Stu Macher's alive all this time. All the cameras are on him now and everything. And he's finally famous. And this was his plan all along. He doesn't want to get away with it. He wants to get caught. I think that would be a really unique take to take it. Now with Mark being Sid's first like that being the first kill, I don't think that Mark's going to be the opening kill. I don't. I think we're going to live with him for a little bit. I think they're going to make us like him. I don't know how much they changed his character around since, you know, it's not Mark Kincaid now. I would assume that maybe they brought his role down a little bit, you know. If he's the hero of the story, like he's the new hero, he's the new Dewey, it's going to be a lot to convince me or accept that. You know, I think that like halfway through it, whenever, you know, like Sydney seems like a badass, nothing really, you know, bothers her. But once her husband does get killed by Ghostface, that's what triggers her. Now she knows it's at home. Now it's hit home. Now it's serious. Now it's just her and her daughter and her youngest. And like I think that he needs to die somewhere in the middle, and I think he needs to do it as a protector. Like he's in between Sydney and his daughter and Ghostface, and he goes head on with Ghostface and he gets killed in the process. That's what I think. Or they could just still toy with the whole, you know, instead of boyfriend angle, it's the husband angle, and you don't, is he or is he not? And then Sydney starts doubting him a little bit because now that there's a Ghostface cult, and maybe there's some sort of connection, you know, because maybe he's involved in something that seems like it's too close to home. You know, they could play with that. But I don't think Mark is going to be the first kill, to be honest. But it is a great idea. I do think he is going to get killed, though, in this movie. In my opinion.
Yep.
Let's see here. I couldn't really see too much in those glasses. I can't see with this thing on. I had to take the sunglasses off. Let's see here. We got Oliver in the house. Let me skip over a little bit. DJ says, I'm an OG of the cinema, Woodsboro Movie Club. Hell yeah. Next movie is Sunday night. And we are watching Freaky. Shay Rance will be on the panel. And that's going to be the next one of that. We are an hour into it. I think it's a good time to announce what we got. And we got about 23 people in here. So, and we will get back to the chat, but I think it's a good time to announce what we got, right? We got something cooking, right, Marcus?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So this is something that's been long in the works and something that we've talked about a year ago. So everybody, me and I shot him 6 times, have been talking about making a horror podcast. And not just a horror podcast, but we're going to do live streams twice a week, 2 episodes a week, and also put them on as a podcast as well. So you can watch them live with us, or you can watch them and listen to them later on the podcast. And we are launching this none other than next week. I think we're going to stick with Monday and Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. I think that works best for everybody. Kind of give you 2 episodes a week. And if you come by and hang out live, great. It's great to have y'all. We will be doing about an hour and a half at the most episodes. We don't want it to be too long, but we will be doing it. The way we're going to structure it is that we're going to be, first episode will be on my channel this Monday, 8 p.m. Central. What date is that? That is going to be the 9th. The 9th at 8 p.m. Central will be the first episode. In the first episode, the topic is the horror films that shaped us. And me and Marcus will be talking about the top 5 horror films that shape us. I don't know his pick. He doesn't know mine. We're going to discuss that on the first episode on Monday night, the 9th at 8 p.m. So come by, hang out with us. And the second episode, we're going to be rotating each episode on each other's channel. First episode on my channel, second episode over on Marcus's channel on Wednesday night, which will be whatever the topic's going to be. We're still discussing that, but it'd be the same time, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, and then we're just going to rotate it back. Third episode on mine, fourth episode on his. So we're going to be sticking with Monday and Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, and we're just going to roll those out. If you want to be a part of it live, it'd be great to have y'all. But if you want to watch it after the fact, this is kind of like, I'm giving you just like a sneak preview, but this is kind of like what we're working with right now. It's the Horror Hooligans podcast. And I hope you like it. I think we look fresh. I think it's going to be fresh. It's going to be episodic. And every episode is going to be a different episode. We might talk about Halloween. We might talk about, I'm sure we will, talk about Scream. We're going to talk about Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. But the first episode, I really want to hone in on the horror films that shaped us, and I'm going to give you my top 5 and why it shaped me. And Marcus is going to do the same as well. And it's going to be our first time discussing this because we are going to go into it fresh, and that's how every episode's going to be. Is that whenever we do the episodes, it's going to be fresh. It's going to be a first time discussion. So be a part of that. Let us know how you think about that. Are you interested in a podcast? Are you interested in the live streams? Both. Do you think this is a great idea? This is just something we've been cooking up for a while now. But yes, the Horror Hooligans podcast will launch Monday the 9th at 8 p.m. Central. We love your faces, and thank you for the continued support. And we hope to see y'all there. So, yes.
And I will add to this. What's also going to be cool and fresh, too, is that, we talked about this Destin and stuff. We're going to be talking also sometimes about movies, on some of these episodes, doing like reviews and basically recaps of movies that basically nobody really ever talks about and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what's going to make this podcast so special, because we're going to try our best to keep it as fresh as possible. Like Destin said, of course, we're going to have our streams and stuff like that where we talk about Scream, Halloween and stuff, but we're not going to be doing too much because we do that enough on our channel. You know what I mean? And on our own separate channels and stuff. What we want to do with this podcast is give you guys something fresh, other movies to take a look at, even possibly down the road, especially if, we can, get some good viewership and stuff like that. Maybe interview some of these people from these movies and stuff like that. So we have a ton of great ideas. We want it to feel fresh, and I have a feeling we're going to do a great job of keeping it fresh for you guys.
Yes, perfectly said, man. Perfectly said. Yeah, expect interviews, expect us talking about movies that don't get the shine that they usually do. Because, I mean, between me and Marcus, you get Halloween and Scream and everything in between. And that's what you get, 75% of the time on both of our channels. But we want to give y'all some more of that, And so this is our dedicated time to really show those other horror movies that type of shine. And give y'all, there might be some horror movies that y'all want to talk about, like that you want us to see. Because especially with the Woodsboro Cinema Club, y'all are bringing a lot of stuff that's new to me. Like there's a lot of movies that I got to catch up with. So I think we got a really good community here. It's been turning out really great. Dom might be on some of the episodes, but for the first, few, it's going to be me and Marcus solely, and we're going to be trying to lock in some of those interviews, and we're gonna have a good time, man. I have a really good. I have a good time. I have a good feeling about it, man. It's something we've been talking about for like a year, and we're
almost 2 years.
Almost 2. Man, it's been going by way. Man, time flies. Time flies.
Hell yeah.
It's way overdue.
I'm happy we are finally getting to it, bro. We've been wanting to do this. This has been our brainchild for a minute. And like I said earlier, the timing, now being back live streaming and just doing content again, you know what I mean? The timing feels right to push forward with this. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. It really does. It's a perfect time. And then also, like I said, we got the Woodsboro Cinema Club. We're still going to do Scream Talk. He's still going to do his Halloween discussions. Our theory videos are still going to be coming out, weekly. You're not going to be missing out on any content. You're just getting more. So I hope you enjoy it, because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Because honestly, we beat it with like a dead horse. Like Scream and Halloween is our bread and butter.
Yes.
It's time to show some other shit some shine,
Yes.
So yeah. And Val says, Ghosty got a haircut and a shave. Looking good, Ghosty. Hell yeah, he does.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was long overdue. I like to call this peak Marcus, and Mini Fro Marcus is Jailhouse Marcus, and we can't keep having Jailhouse Marcus show up. I got to come clean for you guys, looking professional, you know what I mean? So, feels really good, because it's definitely starting to get fucking hot outside, and we talked about it earlier, Destin, and I am not somebody who does well in the heat, so this was definitely refreshing. Like, when I stepped outside from getting my hair cut, it was just like a mountain rush of air going through my brain, and it was just like, oh, I haven't felt this in about 2 months.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this Texas heat has killed me today. It's something serious, man.
I can only imagine because I know Texas gets fucking hot.
Dude, it does, man. It's so hot where your upholstery is in your car. The adhesive that like keeps it has melted and it's like lifted off. I'm like, what? It's like my windows are like magnifying glasses. It's crazy. And it doesn't help that my Dodge Charger is like completely black inside and out, so it just attracts heat. And it's just like,
oh yeah, that's Christ. Not good, bro. Especially in the summer.
My son's like, Dad, you got to turn on the AC before I even get in there. I'm like, all right, yeah, you right, son, you right. But also, I did want to add, I'm not quite sure if I added it or not, but we will be doing the podcast live. We will be doing the podcast live Mondays and Wednesdays, but we will also have it on our podcast tab that is on the YouTube, on both of our channels. Yep. You can watch every episode on both of our channels, on Destination Stations or I Shot Him 6 Times. So if you do miss those live stream videos and being a part of the conversation, you can see them on both of our channels. So it's between both of us. This is a passion project, and we're happy to share it to you. So again, launch day, Monday the 9th, 8 p.m. Central, Horror Hooligans Podcast. And let me know how you feel about that logo right there. I did some time working on it. It might be a little dark. Do I need to brighten it up, or are y'all feeling it?
Nah, I like it. Keep it the way it is. I see. Right. I always like those kind of like dark cinematic thumbnails because I feel like that plays into the ambiance of the type of content that we're doing. Yes, I get it. They say, bright thumbnails get a little bit more attention and stuff, but I feel like if you just stick to, what you do, eventually, because people eventually, especially, they get used to a certain thing and they're just like, you know what? We like that, so let's keep it that way. Every time I go do my thumbnails now on ChatGPT, I tell them, make it as cinematic, euphoric, and somewhat dark as possible. Please.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, make it eerie. Yeah. Dom, did you have something you wanted to add, buddy?
Yeah, man. I just want to say that congratulations for you guys. You're going to do the podcast. I know you guys been wanting to do this for almost 2 years now, so it's good that you guys are finally coming together and you're planning to do it. I know it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys, so I just want to congratulate you and Marcus, just on this endeavor. What do you call it?
Adventure.
Yeah, that's
yep.
Right. Adventure. And all I gotta say is, let the haters hate and let the lovers love. That's what.
Hell yeah, man!
Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love.
Yeah,
thank you, Dom. That's super awesome, man. And you're gonna be on some of the episodes because we gotta have you there, man. You're like our little brother. I'm trying to pat you on the head. You're our Dama Lama Ding Dong hanging low down there. Sorry. I get a little carried away. Man.
Yeah. You did not just fucking go there, bro.
Let your Dama Lama Ding Dong hang low. Let it wobble to the floor.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Anyways, it gets a little crazy on Destination Station a little bit, but yeah, we got 27. We got 27 people in the house. Hit that like button if you're just popping in and popping out. Thank you so much, and I hope you got to see the announcement of our very own Horror Hooligans podcast that's launching Monday night. Every Monday, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. Be there. First episode, my channel. Second episode over on Marcus's channel. We will have everything, all the links. We'll have all the announcements on that first episode. So be looking out for that. Hit that notify me button so you'll be notified as soon as we go live. And thank you for everybody. Thank you for the best community on fucking YouTube. That's what I gotta say, man. Because this. And I'll also
throw this in 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, because me and Destin, unfortunately, are an hour apart. But we're always together, so it doesn't feel like.
Yeah. It really doesn't. I keep forgetting it. You keep up with it better than I do. I'm just like, oh man.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be a great time. I promise you're not going to be disappointed. And so yeah, honestly, man, I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited. So yeah, I'm not going to keep rambling. I know I am because we do have another super chat in the house. So again, Horror Hooligans podcast, Monday, Wednesday night. Monday, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there. Awesome. Okay. More announcements of that later. We'll talk more about it later. We do have another super chat in the house. We got it from our very own DJ Play's favorite. $6 super chat says, should Stu be killed by Sydney or by the court as an execution? If so, how? Which of the 5 methods of capital punishment? Oh, wow. Wow, you went dark. Shit.
You thought Destin had dark humor. Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Wasn't this an idea for a Halloween movie? Once, like Michael Myers was going to be executed, and it goes haywire, and they're stuck in the what do you call it? Like they're stuck as the viewing of the execution or whatever. Yeah. I'll start this one off because I know I've made y'all start off, and then we'll go to Marcus, then we'll go to Dom. Should Stu be killed by Sydney or by the court as an? I think he should be killed by Sydney. Now, if he was killed by the court or something like that, like I don't know if I really want to see something like that in my Scream movie. I feel like that takes away from it. It's not that kind of movie. But I would like to see him get the gas chamber, if anything. I think that's the way I think that would be the way I'd want to see Stu go out if we did go that direction. Well, wait a minute. No, I take that back. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I want him to go out as electrocuted because that's what he was supposed to go out as with the TV. He was electrocuted, and that's how he was supposed to die. That would be ironic. But I'd rather see him get killed off by Sydney. Marcus, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the whole court and execution thing, I don't think they would do that. You know, it definitely does take away from the Scream, you know, what we know about Scream as a franchise and what they've done. For me, it has to be Sydney. And as much as I love the irony of the him getting electrocuted, I think to further definitively kill him off, which I think we feel whether they do it in 7 or eventually in 8, they are going to do that. It has to be gunshot to the fucking head. It has to. You know, it has to because it's Sydney. You know, I'm Sydney fucking Prescott. Of course I got a gun. But we always say this, Destin. If you don't get the tap in the head, you can always be deemed alive. Mm-hmm. And if they just electrocute him again, well, then it kind of takes away from the whole electrocuting in the first one, because then there's those people who's going to be like, well, wait a minute. How did he survive the first electrocution, but this one he didn't, even if this one's a little bit more brutal? You know what I mean? A little bit more definitive of an electrocution itself. So I personally, gunshot to the head, it's definitive. We got the Stu Macher movies we wanted, or the movie we wanted, and then we move on.
I like it. Dom?
Yeah, I think she should be killed by Sydney. I think it should be like Marcus said. Like,
did you call him a she?
Who?
Did you call Stu a she?
Oh no, I didn't say that. What are you talking about, Willis?
You said I think she. You said I think she should get killed by Sydney. I'm kidding, man. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I'm just Marcus.
Dom said, I was gonna say. You're dumb.
I done fucked up your whole psyche.
Oh,
My
man.
bad.
This is why I love doing this shit, though, man. We have so much fun together.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking that Sydney should kill Stu for sure.
Yeah.
Because it started with her and Stu. I think it should end with her and Stu. You know, I think because it was Stu's a loose end that never got patched up. You know, So I feel like what Marcus said, like gunshot to the head, definitive, just done. Just done. Dead. It's just no more Stu after that. It's as long as everything is set up right, and we have a good character arc with Stu and stuff, and then he goes out with a bang with Sydney. I'm all happy for that. And then Stu and Sydney's story ends right there in that last movie. Like whether it's Scream 8 or I'm pretty sure Scream 8 because they said they announced Scream 8, so we're gonna get to see more of that. But end that story for sure, and then move on to the next one. So I would say she should be. I said it again. I did say it.
I knew I wasn't hearing things.
He should be killed.
She. They're gonna have like an Angela moment from Sleepaway Camp. What if they did that to my Stu?
Bro.
Mother bitch.
Bro. That would be nuts. I think the entire fan base will get lit. I think the entire fan base will burst into flames.
Oh my god. That would be crazy. But yeah, no, I would say Sydney should kill Stu. Yes.
How?
Like what Marcus said, like gunshot to the head. Be definitive.
I want to see Sydney beat the shit out of him, like pistol whip him with the phone again. I just want that call back before she kills him. Yeah. No more one. We're not doing the bearded entertainment ET phone home. We're
Hey, I don't want to jack Eric shit. That's his shit. You know what I mean? I'm just adding to it. So what if, because we always talk about it, and Dave kind of said this, that her character is going to be somewhat Laurie Strode. What if instead of shooting him in the head, we get the old callback to Scream 2 with the axe? I mean, she didn't decapitate nobody with that axe, but we did see Sydney use an axe nonetheless. What if this time around, instead of shooting Stu in the head, she decapitates this motherfucker?
ooh,
Halloween
or like
H2O
straight in the head.
H2O style. You know what I mean? Like, I think
I'm
that
okay
would be.
with that.
I'm okay with that too. I mean, think about it. Scream 6, they brought up the fact of beheadings they're on the table in the franchise.
Oh yeah.
I love you, Stu, but fuck, I'm down for a beheading. I mean, hey, that how more definitive can you get outside of a gunshot to the head?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, like, wouldn't it be crazy if she shoots him in the head and then she just like he's laying there and he's like, like Mrs. Loomis, and she's just like, just to be certain, like she just like,
bro, that'd be crazy.
Just to
That'd
be
be
certain.
crazy. That would be nuts.
Yeah, because she had a double whammy this one because it was just like, I came back 30 years later.
Yeah, right.
Just to be certain. Yeah, dude, like I look, all great ideas. But you know what, DJ? I was thinking also this whole idea of like should Sydney kill him or execution? I wouldn't mind this to be a Sydney nightmare with this execution with Stu. Like she's sitting there in the audience and Stu's about to get executed, and maybe she just starts firing through the window, just plow, 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 and like shooting him in the chair, like, and then she's like waking up or something. Like, I mean,
that would be a badass dream sequence. And you know what else that dream sequence does? It pays homage to Wes Craven's Shocker.
And H2O. Not Wes Craven's H2O, but when she wakes up. Like if she wakes up from a nightmare.
From the dream. Yes. From the dream. Hell yeah, man. But that would be nuts. I actually kind of want to see that now. Seeing fucking Stu hooked up like fucking Shocker and shit and just like fucking
yeah, he's like sitting there, he's like saying like, Always had a thing for you, Sid.
Yo, hell yeah, man, that'd be cool.
And he's
I
like
enjoy
staring
that.
at her through the. He's like, "Oh yeah, turn it up to 11." Oh my god, sorry, I got a little excited there. I'm in my stew robe. I gotta live it up. Damn, that made me lightheaded a little bit. Anyways, all right, DJ, great fucking idea, man. Like you got us over here thinking. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a. You're making me think a lot.
Got it. Okay.
And this is the upper.
Enough! Do you want my head to explode? In the name of all that is good and decent, no more for today!
Hell yeah. Let me see here. I'm gonna give DJ one more because man, he's such a big supporter, and he's been really. We're kind of going over our time right now, even though we haven't met our goal, but it's okay. I kind of like. I dig the vibe that we got here tonight, and it's a good one, and I don't really want it to end. We get carried away on these stream talks, and we got about 27 people here. If you could hit that like button, if you're just popping in and popping out, that'd be greatly appreciated. I promise. But sorry, not sorry. It's like this.
Sorry, boys, there's been a terrible mistake. Howie is going to say something to you, aren't you, Howie? I'm going to get you out of this as quickly as possible. Howie, now come on now, say your little piece.
I'm sorry I took the money.
That's it.
I'm sorry I took the money. I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
That's enough, Howie. That's enough, dear.
I'm
That's
awfully
just
sorry.
fine. That's fine. Now, boys, all the money is here. Come along, Howie.
Sorry.
And I just want to apologize to you
so
again,
sorry,
tell you
so
how I'm sorry I am
terribly
about the
sorry.
mistake. And if there's anything at all I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Come along, Howie.
Sorry. I'm
It's time for your
sorry.
lobotomy.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry I took the money.
I'm not sorry I took the money.
Man, rest in peace, Pee Wee, man.
Hell yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Like some of those Cheech and Chong movies are gold, man. I haven't played that clip in a very long time, but
Oh yeah, I don't even remember seeing that one. It's probably been so long.
yeah, it's been a minute, man. But yeah, dude, there's a new documentary of Pee Wee Herman on I think HBO Max. I've been meaning to watch, but I heard it's got some juicy shit in there.
Nice.
But yeah,
I
thanks
do want to
again.
say this real quick. We have 26 people here right now, and Destin's at 19 likes. Guys, atone for your sins this evening. Let's drive those likes up to as many people as we got here. Let's get Destin over 25 likes. Come on, we can do it.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep, you already know, buddy.
What's up? The math ain't mathin'. Hell yeah! Thank you again, DJ. You're super awesome, man. It's a good time. Oh, we got Denisha in the house. What's up, Denisha? What is going on? Welcome to the party, pal. Hashtag digital bouncer. Kid controls asses one stream at a time. Oh yeah. Man, we got the old crew back. Hell yeah. A troll Campbell says, will they have Stu kill his Ghostface or just try to have him pull in the strings? Is he the puppeteer? Dom?
He's the puppeteer. He's the master. He's the one and only top tier dog of this whole entire regime. And I'll tell you what, if that is the case for Stu, that'll make Stu the ultimate Ghostface of all time. He's already legendary. This will make him even more legendary. So yeah, I would say he's definitely gonna be pulling the strings.
Like a jigsaw. Marcus?
Well, to piggyback off what Dom just said, I definitely do think, him being a puppeteer, it would make him the ultimate Ghostface. It would make his work as immortal as him. It would make him immortal. You know what I mean? Especially going in this direction with AI and doing all this cult of Ghostface because it's never been done before, stuff like that. So, but I also think he's going to be killing. Come on, come on. Think about this. In my opinion, he did all of the fucking murders in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's going to be getting his hands dirty a little bit? If we believe that Stu was in Scream 5 and Scream 6, then he did do some killing, or at least he thought he did. He was active. You know what I mean? He attacked Gail. He killed Dewey, which I don't believe that no more. I think my boy survived. You know what I mean?
Right that wrong.
I was petrified. Anyway. But I don't know why. That song popped in my head once I said survive. But anyway. But yes, I think that Stu definitely is going to be getting his hands dirty, leading by example. You know what I mean? He's going to also be obviously pulling the strings, but sometimes pulling the strings, you have to lead by example in order for people to really buy into what you're selling them. You know what I mean? So I think that Stu is not only going to be the mastermind, I think he is also going to be fucking getting his hands dirty. He's going to be fucking chopping some mofos up. And yes, I am all here for it. Please listen. I'll say this before and I'll say it again, and I'm actually going to throw it in my video that I have coming up that is strictly Stu or whatever. Mason Gooding said in an interview at the top of the year that when you go back and watch Scream 1996, when he was talking about what they're going to be doing with Matthew Lillard and Scott Foley in Scream 7, he said if you go back and watch Scream 1996 compared to what you're going to see from Stu in Scream 7, and Scream 1996, Stu's character was more grounded. What does that tell you? That means in Scream 7, there's no more grounded. There's no more limitations, so to speak. We're going to get balls to the wall, Stu, and that's what the fuck I want.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I would like? My ideal thing here, because I don't want, here's the thing. Stu is the ultimate, right? Stu is that mastermind. How do you up the ante after Stu once you have that Stu and Sydney showdown? How do you do it? How do you prolong this? Because if it is very successful, they're going to want to do it again. And I don't want my Scream movies to stop, or Scream content, whether they do a show or whatever the hell they decide to do after this. But once they do that climax and finish off, will they have kills start happening? I would love to have to be Ghostface, but before he dies, before Sydney pulls that trigger or chops his fucking head off with an axe, I want him to be in like, you think this is over? It's just beginning before she kills him. Like, it's bigger than you think this is, Sid. And like, he's like a John Kramer, like in Jigsaw. Even though after he's dead, you still got people doing his dirty work. Still killing and going after Sid in the name of Stu. I really want that. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. Not to take away from Saw or anything like that, but honestly, a lot of these horror movies, they kind of take away from each other a little bit. I mean, even Saw took away from what is it? Not Criminal Minds. Mindhunters. Took away from that. Like, that was the original puppeteer, profiling somebody, all that kind of stuff. Like, I want that. Even though that we do have that big showdown, but we move on from Sid's story for a while. You know, like maybe we bring her back, you know, like when she's Jamie Lee Curtis's agent. You know, like maybe there's a reason to bring her back at that point. But for a little bit, maybe we'll go with Kirby. Maybe we'll ride with Kirby for a little bit. Maybe we'll ride with Isabel May as Tatum. Maybe we'll ride with Gail. You know, don't really want to go that angle. But maybe we'll ride with Chad and Mindy. I don't know. But I really want it to continue. I don't want it to be I want it to feel like the ultimate ending, but I want him to be pulling the strings after his death. That's what I want.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Val says it's about fucking time you guys that got that going. Hell yeah. King Matthew says, will the podcast be on YouTube? Yes, it will be. It will be on both of our YouTube channels. We would be doing an episode on mine, and then the following episode on his, and the following episode on mine, and then we'll vice versa. We will have all that in the works, but you'll be able to view all the past content on both of our channels.
Yep.
So yeah.
Again, the timing's right for it. You know what I mean? Like, the timing is right. I feel like since we've been back on YouTube, we're hitting our stride. We know exactly what we're trying to do with both of our channels separately, to where now we have enough time to fit this in as well. You know what I mean? So the timing, it just, in all honesty, I think even though we've been planning this for a long time, the timing lines up at the right time.
It really does. It really is. And right now, like, it's not going to slow down any of our other content. That's what we want to emphasize on this. Is like everything else, the Woodsboro Cinema Club continue going. We're still going to be having that in the works. We're still going to be doing our own very own watch parties and content on the side as well. So you've been getting us about almost every night, if not every night, for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So,
bro, think about it. It's how it used to be. You know, it feels good, like, to be back this much. In all honesty, like, this is what I want. I want to be more active. I want to be seen more. You know, those days of fucking being out for a day, 2 days, and then that turning into months. You know what I mean, and stuff like. You know what I mean? That shit hurt me, man. Like, so I'm glad that we're back hitting our stride and basically finding our footing again.
Yeah, I am too, man. It feels right. It feels good. It feels like the time's right, and we can actually commit to it.
Yeah.
So, and yes, will Dom be on the podcast as well? Yes, like I mentioned earlier, he will be. He will be a guest appearance and hanging out with the horror hooligans, because he's a hooligan himself. He's a Dama Lama Ding Dong hooligan himself. All the way from his bedroom to the kitchen to the toilet seat. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Look, I'm just talking now. At this point, I'm just
man. Yeah, absolutely. We gotta have fun with it.
DJ says, I have a song in mind as your intro. Okay, I'd like to hear that, man. Send me some ideas, because we are still cooking that intro and how we're gonna orchestrate that. So yeah.
Yeah, send him a copy.
Yeah. Send him a copy. What was that?
Tatum.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'll send you a copy. Bam!
Bitch went down. Send you a
DJ.
copy. Bam! Sid, super bitch. You're so cool.
Yeah. We should make like t-shirts. Sid, super bitch.
Bro, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Bam! Send you a copy, and then Sid, super bitch. You know? Hell yeah, that'd be great. DJ, what's up?
I want to say thank you, Cody, for subscribing to me and Marcus's channel.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Cody. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, subscribe to both of my guests tonight. Marcus, I shot him 6 times, and Dom at Dominant St. Clair. Both great content. We do watch parties over there. If we're not on my channel, we're on their channels. So to be in the know and be a part of the community, you're gonna have a nightly, what am I gonna say? Nightly content between the 3 of us. We're always got something in the works.
Yep. Yeah. And sometimes on my channel, because I'm trying to do this a little bit more, because I know I have some friends, you know, subscribers across the pond. I am going to be doing, like, on Wednesdays, like you guys see me a little bit early this past Wednesday. I'm going to be doing more of those too. Maybe going live between the hours of 4 and 6 Eastern time.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah, that'd be great. That's a good time, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I could go live that early, man. So yeah, that's a good time, dude.
Heck yeah.
DJ says it's by Kiss called what? It's by Kiss called Hooligan off their Destroyer album. What? Wait a minute. It's by Kiss called
Hooligan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying
Hooligan.
there's a song called Kiss by Kiss that's called Hooligan.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's off of their Destroyer album.
Oh, I have to listen to that. I don't know if I've heard
Yep.
it.
I don't think I ever have either.
I've listened to a lot of Kiss, but I'm not sure if I heard that one. Paula says for the love for Scream, either Red Right Hand or Whisper to a Scream. Hell yeah. Or Don't Fear the Reaper. Hell yeah.
Man, that would be cool if they brought that original, the Gus version, the Gus cover of Don't Fear the Reaper back into this movie. I think that's the best cover of that song ever.
Yes. Yeah. We got Katie, our good friend over at Poppin' the Popcorn. What's up, Katie? Hell yeah.
What's up?
Hope you're doing well. Got to get her on the panel. Might have to get her over here. We do have our Woodsboro Cinema Club Sunday night for Freaky at 8 p.m. Central. We will have Shay Rants. It's his movie that won, and we will spin the wheel again on his at the end of that stream. Katie, if you haven't seen that, I might add you to the panel. I might have to get all of us on the panel because you're always going to get Marcus and Dom, but we need a little bit of variety. We need some more of the fam on here. We got to get Shannon. We got to get Shay on here. We got to get Katie on here.
We got to add some more sugar to this coffee.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
You want some coffee with your cream? Hell yeah! Okay. Ooh, Katie's saying, Marcus, you always look handsome. Stop it.
Oh, thank you.
Stop it.
Yo, shut up, Destin. Yo, don't be fucking with me like that, man. But thank you for the compliment, Katie. I appreciate it. Fucking doing a hand shit. Come on, bro.
Stop it.
Yo, I swear to God, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood tonight. Man. The Texas heat got to me today. I'm feeling a woozy here. Val says, he was looking shaggy there for a minute, Katie girl. Oh, don't be talking.
I was. Thank you, Val. No shit. I was woofing over here. Like, shit. I was looking like fucking Joe Grizzly's son. Dead ass.
Which we just watched that. What was that, last night? Was that last night? Yeah,
Yep.
Okay. Damn, man. These streams are like running together, dude.
I told you, when I looked in the mirror a few days ago, and this is where I'm like, yeah, I got to go grab me a cut. I looked in a mirror a few days ago, and I pulled a Grizzly. I was like, oh. I mean, like, oh, hell no. I got to get this shit cut.
No, like my son, he's always like, Dad, you need to shave. Like right now, I need to shave. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, Dad. Yeah. You need to shave. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll shave.
Bro,
I'll shave.
By the way, love that photo on Instagram of him in the Myers mask.
Right, dude.
He pulled up Swift. Bro, he pulled up Swift. He had to stand down and everything. Like,
he was just like standing there. I was like, boy, what you doing? He goes, ha, Dad. And I was like, you had to go over there and take the mask off the styrofoam head.
Yep.
Put it on and come up and scare Dad. He's like, did I get you? I'm like, yeah, you got me. Oh man, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, he always asks like, Dad, why you like scary movies so much? And I'm just like, because I like them. He likes the FNAF movies, the Five Nights at Freddy's. So
nice.
So like he dabbles a little bit into it.
That's only going to grow over time.
The seed is planted. It'll grow.
Yep.
Paula, did we miss your theory? I'm sorry. Let me know. Put it back in the comment section. I am going to try to get through here because we are about an hour and 44 minutes into the stream. And thank y'all so much. We will be wrapping up in about 15 minutes. I am going to try to get through some of this. Let me see here. Cody says, theory, what if Ethan was a Ghostface who helped along Stu and Billy? Maybe he was the one who was at the store looking at Sid and Tatum, and he's in trouble, and that's why he's in the asylum. I don't know. Dom, go with you first. Marcus, you're second, and then I'll end it off.
I always thought it was Roman that was in the mask, and because we always suspected there was another killer besides Billy and Stu, so we always thought it was Roman that was Roman. But I mean that could be a good little theory here too. Like maybe Ethan was the one who was back in '96, over here creeping around and watching Cindy and stuff, and he got caught, and then he's all mentally not there. He's all crazy and stuff, and he gets put in an asylum, and it's years later he breaks out and he comes back for Sydney and stuff. So I don't know. I kind of like that idea. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. Theory right there. If that's what if they're gonna go for it. I think it'll add to the story. It'll make sense why he's a character. And he's involved. So yeah, man, I like it. I like the whole theory on that. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I do like it. It's just
Marcus.
Man. Okay. So see, Cody, he's got my gears grinding. So I don't know if you saw this video, Destin. If you haven't, go check it out. But it's basically my Stu Macher's Alive Theory video I did about 2 months ago. And I pointed out that one of the pranksters that was in Hembry's office, the one who was to the left, the one who kind of looked like Stu with the clothing, kind of had that Abercrombie look to him, the one who's like, come on, Principal Hembry, it was just a joke. The prankster, one of the pranksters.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The entire night, he was very, very close to Stu the entire night at the party. His friend leaves with the other guys to go get Hembry down from the goalpost.
Yeah.
He does not leave the house. He is not in that group. I've extensively blown up the photo, the video, everything. He is not one of the guys that leaves the house. He's not. This is another interesting thing. When you look closely at the window, when those guys are running out to the car to go get Hembry, if you look at Stu's window, you see somebody walking towards the back, like where the garage is. You just can't really see who it is. But when you get close up to it, enough to where you can see the shirt, and it does look like an identical shirt to the guy that I'm talking about, the other prankster who didn't leave the house.
Okay.
So, I mean, could he be Ethan Embry? I mean, we always talked about how in the original Scream, what if it was Stu and Billy who put those two pranksters up to doing that prank in the hallway? Because when you really look at them, they look similar to Billy and Stu. His friend kind of had the Luke Wilson comb over, kind of tall, a little bit lanky, kind of like Billy-ish a little bit.
They were the first part of the cult.
They like basically, if you look at Scream 1996, in so many ways, they were a subtle clue that it was Billy and Stu who were the killers. If you look at their appearance, and then if you look at how the movie played out. So what if that kid who didn't leave the party with his friend, what if he's Ethan Embry? And what if he was the one in the bushes stalking Sydney and stuff, the one we always thought was Roman, the one in the grocery store, so on and so forth? I mean, that'd be a twist nobody saw coming.
They would definitely have to do flashbacks, though, to make
right. Oh yeah, for sure.
People remember.
Yeah, you would have to basically do like a flashback to the sofa and basically point him out, or Hembry's office. You know what I mean? But I mean, I like the theory. I don't think it's impossible. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when you go back and break down things in 1996, you could definitely see something like that playing out. So, hey, maybe Ethan was with Stu and Billy all this time, and basically over the years, you know, him and Stu, maybe he's the one who kept Stu in hiding.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll have to find out. But I like the theory. I don't think it's a bad one.
No, think about it. Like, wouldn't it be cool? Because I just had an idea. Wouldn't it be cool say Ethan Embry's character is revealed as a Ghostface, and if he calls back to 1996 and he's like, we're the ones that hung up Principal Embry on the post, and it's like them two, and that kind of like veers into that whole Ghostface cult a little bit. Like they were trying to start it there, like they had a little bit of a following there, but it's now it's bigger. But like I've always wanted to see the principal hung from the football pole, goal, whatever the hell. And like wouldn't it be kind of cool like that? If they don't do that, I would want it to see like somebody else. Like if we're back in Woodsboro and stuff, like the principal again, like whoever's the new principal now, and they're like, you heard about what happened to the last principal, right? And he's like, well, yeah, I know all about it. And then later on he gets killed and then like hung on the football goal, like it's tradition. Like,
right?
Like, that would be crazy. As far as like Ethan like going back and helped Stu and Billy all along, I mean, it's okay. I think like making him outside the store looking at Sid and Tatum, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. But if, like Marcus said, like if you made it to where like he was that character in the original, okay, I can buy that because they're all older. They all kind of look a little bit older. Even Stu, even Matthew Lillard looks a little bit different nowadays. You know, like I can buy that. I can buy that. That's a good theory, Cody. I like that. Shannon says, love to all the mods and guests. Yes, right. Thank you so much. Thank you for all y'all's love and support here. My hashtag digital bouncers have been in work. King Matthew III says, theory. For Scream 7, what if for the cliffhanger ending Ghostface uses Dewey's voice to mock Gale? Oh, wait. Yes. And then Stu kills Gale brutally, setting up Stu versus Sydney in Scream 8. I love this idea. Marcus, I'm going to go with you, and then Dom, you're next.
No, I love the idea. I do, especially if Dewey's not going to be revealed alive like I think he could be in Scream 7. Yeah, I absolutely love this because this is kind of what we expect, you know, in regards to Dewey's appearance in Scream 7 to a degree. We expect him to either be a flashback. We expect the Scream 3 Ghostface modulator to be used in this movie. So I can see that modulator being used, you know, as Dewey's voice to mock Gale. And then Stu does kill her brutally. And hey, yeah, that definitely could be a cliffhanger because maybe after the events of you know, the main killers in Scream 7, you know, are revealed, we get this scene to where maybe Gale's back at her house or maybe in the studio somewhere. We've always wanted to see her die in the studio. You know what I mean? And maybe that's how the movie ends. She gets a call from Dewey, Ghostface, and it's Stu. And to end off the movie, he kills Gale. But in the process of killing Gale, he's recording this so that it gets sent to Sydney. So then Sydney, she gets the phone call and she's like, oh, it's Gale or whatever. But it's not Gale. Well, it's from Gale's phone, but it shows Gale getting killed, which leads us into Scream 8. Now, I like the idea. Me personally, if Gale is going to die, I want her to die in Woodsboro. I don't want her to die anywhere else. I don't. Because I just feel like
Woodsboro.
Yes. It's so anticlimactic for her character. You know what I mean? You talk about an arc, you know, especially if they make us like her again. That's what I want. I want them to make us like her again to where in Scream 8, if we go back to Woodsboro, or if we're in Woodsboro here, we don't know. You know what I mean? Or even Hollywood, because Gale has always wanted to be like this Hollywood, you know, big person. You know what I mean? And stuff. She has to be killed in a place where it means something. But to me, I would want it to be Woodsboro because she absolutely hated it there. Mm-hmm. And that's where it started. That's where everything started. That's where the legacy of Scream, you know, Ghostface started. That's where Gale's legacy started. With that story of Maureen Prescott. So for me personally, I want to see that her death be extended until 8. but I'm not against this idea from King Matthew. I think it's definitely possible.
Dom?
Yeah. I think it's a good way to add a cliffhanger to Scream 7 and take us into the next movie. And what a perfect way to do that by having Ghostface using Dewey's voice to mess with Gail, and then she gets killed in the most gruesome way possible. And I didn't even think of it, but Marcus had a good point. And Marcus said, Ghostface also records the killing. And then sends it to sync. That's a good way to end it. That is a really good way to end it. So I agree with Marcus 100%. And I agree with you, Key Matthew. I think that whole setup for Scream 8, I think it's a perfect way to end Scream 7 and then lead into Scream 8 for sure.
Great. Okay. I got something. Now, you know how I love the opening kills of a Scream movie.
Yeah.
I want an ending kill in the similar fashion of the opening kills of the Scream movies. I want Gail. I love the cliffhanger idea. Uses Dewey's voice to mock Gail, and then Stu kills Gail brutally. We can't see Stu kill him. I want to see Ghostface kill Gail. I want to see, Gail moves to Woodsboro by the end of 7 to be close to Dewey. And she's just finished up her book. Because she's like, I feel closer to Dewey here. Maybe she's on the phone with Sydney and explaining that to her, I've always wanted to do this book about the sheriff of Woodsboro, and I just feel closer to Dewey here. And she's righting her wrongs that she's always done. She's finally doing that book. And then Sydney's just like, I like that. Maybe I'll come visit you sometime, whatever. She gets off the phone with Sydney. She looks over, she sees a picture of her and Dewey. She sends the end or whatever. She just finished her fucking book. And then we hear ring, ring. Picks it up. Hey, Gail. And it's Dewey's voice taunting her. And we get an ending kill. And we're in Woodsboro. I want the ending of the 7th movie to be in Woodsboro, because that's where we're headed for Scream 8. We're going back home. And just taunting her, and it's I never would have died if you didn't leave me. All these kinds of things, just really fucking with her, putting her in tears. And then next thing you know, Ghostface appears. They have this big showdown. And just like the opening of a Scream movie, when the Ghostface's slash comes down, then you get the title card. I would like Ghostface to be like, how's this for a Woodsboro murder? End credits. And it'd be like Scream 8 to be continued. Go ahead.
I like that ending, what you just said. Let's tweak it to how's that for a Woodsboro remake? Bang.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the Woodsboro murder book she originally wrote, but
that's right. That's right. That was the title of her book, The Woodsboro Murders. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. Either one, something like that, but end credits, and then it's to be continued. Scream 8, 2027, whatever. I want an ending kill. I want an ending kill just like that. And I think Gail would be a perfect ending kill. I do.
I'll say this, bro. I really do not think they're going to make us wait another whole year for that 8th one. I think we're getting 2 films in 1 year.
They're talking about Scream 7 being moved up.
It better not. Bro,
they're talking about bringing it up.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to see the movie sooner, because I do. But I just feel like if you're going to make this, both of these movies, Sidney Prescott stories, you know what I mean? it has to be on the 30 years of the original. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, it just means so much more, especially if you're doing a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, granted, people might not see much of the difference, 9, 10 months compared to 12 or 13, 14. But to me, it does make a little bit of a difference because of the timing. This is 2026. We are entering 30 years of Scream. You know what I mean? Like, and then it would also be a nice tip of the hat to Scream 2, because remember, that movie was done in under a year. So
yeah, it was.
Bro, I really hope they don't move it up. I mean, I'm gonna be happy because I'm gonna obviously go see the fucking movie, but I really want them. I want this long build up, Destin. Like, I love this build up that we have right now. You know what I mean? And I want to keep it this way. You know what I mean? Until February. I am cool with waiting until February. I am cool with that. But if they move it up, hey, my ticket's still going to be purchased.
Oh yeah, dude, we're showing up. We're showing up. If Stu shows up, we're gonna have that whole Minecraft. Yeah, have you seen those videos of the Minecraft movie going chicken jockey and everybody's going fucking crazy in the fucking theater? I expect an experience like that in the Scream movies if Stu is announced. Like his reveal, like Stu is our chicken jockey.
Yeah, right.
I should put that on Twitter. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but all right, I'm gonna roll with it. Oliver says, "What does everyone want? Stu head? What does everyone need?" What?
Oh,
Oliver.
No, that
your head's in the wrong place.
It's a wrestling phrase.
Oh,
it's a wrestling phrase from the wrestler Al Snow, and I'll give you a quick backstory. Back in the 90s, in the late 90s, when WWF became like more adult content oriented, got out of the dark ages of the family friendly entertainment, Al Snow was a character who carried a mannequin head around. And his song would start off, "What does everybody want?" And the people would say, "Head. What does everybody need?" So you get where I'm going, Destin. So that's what Oliver's referencing to.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
I never kept up with
that because I grew up on this shit.
Gotcha. I never kept up with wrestling. I had a lot of friends that did, but I never did. I never really did.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know that's not your cup of tea per se, but
I liked it. I liked it whenever the girls were wrestling. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But...
Oh hell yeah. And they're a lot better now.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't watched wrestling in years.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you real quick. Some of these girls, their matches be better than the fucking guys.
I bet.
Like,
yeah, I bet, man. Like, I mean, some of the girl fights are a lot better. I mean, like, I'm looking so forward to seeing Ballerina. I've been wanting to see that. I'm going to go see it this week, like out of the John Wick universe. And Ana de Armas supposed to be really cool and like a very unique, like, type of, like, fighting style. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go see that and Dangerous Animals with
Jay Courtney.
Yeah. I was going to go see that last night, but I got my son this week, so I'm going to go Monday, Tuesday. So I'll have those reviews out this week. Stewhead. Don't make it a thing, Oliver. Don't make it a thing, Stewhead. Oliver said I got angry again. I'm a big supporter, and my theory hasn't been mentioned. And Paula, did I miss it? Let me know. Let me know again. Post it back. I'll try to. I'm sorry if I skipped it.
I'll take a look.
I'm trying. Yeah. Y'all help me out.
I
didn't mean to miss it, Paula. I'm trying to just like catch up because we're about 2 hours. We would extend this for another hour, but we didn't meet our thing, which is not a bad thing because we are going for 2 hours. We're already going for a while.
I found Paula's comment.
What time?
8:06 p.m.
Oh, okay. Let me see, because Paula is one of the OGs. Going back, and then I'll come back, if that makes sense. Man, this thing keeps jumping on me. I keep scrolling back, and
it's StreamYard, bro.
What
Hold
the
on.
hell?
Hold on.
I'm trying to get to it. Okay, hold on. 806 is Val. Hey,
Oh.
you got.
I'm on a different time zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
so 906 or what?
Hold on, I got you, Destin. Give me 1 second.
It's definitely after when Val says you are looking a little bit scruffy there, Destin. It's after that comment.
All right. Bear with us, people. I'm trying to find it because Paula deserves her shine for sure.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's showing.
Paula, you might have to put it back in the chat, and I'll try to find it. Copy and paste it back so I can try to find it.
Yeah, because it's not showing me like the beginning of the chat. It's just showing me like what's been coming through lately.
Yeah. Shannon, I'm sorry too. Let me know again because I'm trying to get through everybody. I might have skipped a few, but yeah. Please subscribe to Marcus, brother from another mother, Marcus over at Sean 6 Times. You got to subscribe to him if you're subscribed to me because you're gonna miss out on episodes of the Horror Hooligans podcast. Episode 1 on me, episode 2 on him, 3, 4. You get it. We're gonna vice versa all this.
I got it, Destin. I got it right here.
What is it?
Paula says theory. Stu's parents had a surveillance camera and caught Stu sneaking out of the house after the murders, and Dewey saw the footage.
Stu's parents had a surveillance camera?
Yes. So I'll reread it again. Theory. Stu's parents had a surveillance camera and caught Stu sneaking out of the house after the murders, and Dewey saw the footage.
I mean, I like it. I mean, honestly, I think that his parents would probably cover up for him. Were surveillance cameras a thing then, though?
Oh, I'm pretty sure, like, if you had in-home cameras that you can install and stuff like that, if you want, I can see when was the first surveillance, like, camera for in-home was built.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just 1996, we didn't even have, like, caller IDs yet.
Right.
That was the movie that, like, made the urge. Like, it was also, like, the reason why, like, caller IDs became big was because of Scream. Like, it was good marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that, Paula. I really do. And I'm sorry I didn't catch that earlier. If that is the case, I do like that. I also like the idea of Gail having her video camera that she planted in the living room of Stu's capturing some of that. So yeah, I'm okay with that because I think his parents would make excuses. They would enable him and make it seem like he was a victim rather than a killer.
So surveillance cameras were created like in 1927, but they give like a long documented progress of how it expanded over the years. So in 1996, the first centralized IP camera, the Axis Nete 200, was released by Axis Communications. So that tells me right there that yes, surveillance cameras were definitely around. And plus, you think about it, Gail had a surveillance monitor. You know what I mean? That was in the house. So yeah, it's definitely possible that Stu's parents could have had surveillance cameras in the house. They could have definitely saw Stu sneak, making his escape after the murders and stuff like that. And that's, they obviously didn't say anything. They probably kept him in hiding and stuff. And maybe Dewey did see that surveillance. I'm not saying he wouldn't see that surveillance, but my thing is, okay, so if he saw the surveillance photo or video of Stu leaving and the parents, had this or whatever, then that would tell me the reason why Dewey never mentioned it was because he was basically sworn to secrecy. That's the only way I could see that working. You know what I mean? And stuff. He would have to be sworn to secrecy. he took the video to his superiors, maybe Sheriff Burke, because, Stu's parents got money. They bought Burke out, and basically Burke told Dewey, if you say anything or whatever,
that's your career.
That's your career. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, yeah, it definitely can be possible, especially with the surveillance in Stu's house.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a big possibility. Great one. And honestly, I think it would be great to see the interaction between Stu and his parents. Like, you go with this story. Like, maybe they coached him, like, you did nothing wrong, son. You were peer pressure, all that kind of stuff. Like you go with that. I think that would be all right. Val, thank you again. Damalama Ding Dong, go subscribe to him. Thank you for putting that link in the chat as well. Damalama Ding Dong, you should be you should be putting out some stuff, man. Like you put like good horror content out. You put like good horror games out. Like sometimes like on the live, like me and you, we play Warzone together. We play other horror games and stuff. Like you're gonna have to invite me on, man. We'll do some more shit.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you, Val, for the mention of the channel for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave's not here. Yeah, that's another Cheech and Chong thing. Thank you again, Val. Smash that. Yeah, stab it, like it, stomp on it like Godzilla. I appreciate
elbow drop, Ric Flair. Woo! That son of a bitch.
Woo! dance on it like MJ.
Yep.
Michael. hey,
yeah,
wouldn't that be funny as hell to see Michael Jackson versus Michael Myers? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
In Scary Movie 6,
he'd be like, Michael Myers would be like trying to stab, and he'd do the moonwalk, and he'd be like,
yeah, right.
Michael.
Or he'd do the fucking Thriller slot or the shuffle.
Yeah. And Michael can't get to him or shit.
Oh man, nah. You would have to have fucking Prince thrown in there too, like the Dave Chappelle version when he's floating.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh man. Oh,
Oliver
shit.
said my split personality isn't here. I don't think mine is either, man. Stab the like button. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, absolutely. Please do that. Stella says, I've always wanted him to be the puppet master. Yes, absolutely. We want puppets. What? Cody says, mark my words, Stu will say Billy was like my brother and he betrayed me. Ooh. Do you think Stu feels betrayed by Billy? That's not something we don't talk about enough.
I mean, possibly. I mean, which is why he mentioned, the whole peer pressure, and stuff like that. I do think he would feel somewhat betrayed by Billy because, I think if he would really use his brain and stuff, in my opinion, Billy was definitely trying to kill him, which is why he stabbed him as deep as he did. You know what I mean? And so, which made Stu, in return, remember, off to the side and not too deep. Okay, I remember.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like even in that moment when Stu's looking at him, like giving him that dirty ass look, like, yeah, fucker, I'm going to get you back for that. Just like he said, sorry, Billy, I guess I got a little too jealous, huh? You know what I mean? Like, I think Stu was hip to the fact that Billy would betray him. So, yeah, I could see that. I could see him saying that in Scream 7 or whenever he's revealed.
Yeah.
And plus, because Billy got all the shine. So he might feel betrayed in that way too, because nobody cares about Stu. They always talk about Billy. So
yeah, everything's always Billy that instead of like Jill always saying Sydney this and Sydney that. Sydney
special.
Yeah. And this one it's like Billy this and Billy that and Billy.
Yeah. And yeah, because if you think about it too, he could probably say something like, it was all about Billy. It was supposed to be about the both of us. Right. You know what I mean? Which really ties into Scream 5's opening call with Tara, when, you know, he snaps and says, you know, Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. You know what I mean?
It'd be crazy. You know what I would like? I just thought about this. First time I ever thought about this. Wouldn't it be funny, like, if he was with Sydney or with Stu or with Gail or both, and like they're down and out, and he's just like, remember that scene in Scream 2 when Dewey was like, Dewey filled the room with inexperience. Yeah, I do read, Miss Weathers. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if like Stu has a moment like that? He's like, flip to page 133.
Ooh,
Stu, and there was Stu, the sidekick. The fuck is this?
Right? The lackey.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be crazy if I could fucking see Stu doing some nut shit like that.
Yeah, and he's like taking blows every time. He's like, the fuck is this line? Billy this and Billy that. Yeah. Hell yeah. I lost my spot where we were in the chat. We're having such a good time. We are going to have to end the stream very soon. I am sorry about that, but let's see here. I'm trying to catch back up where I was because this did jump on me. Cody says, now question is, will we see Stu as a killer or will we see him without the Ghostface costume? I think without the Ghostface costume in the in the 8th one, but in this one, I think he's I think he's going to have a hand in the killing at all times. Yeah. Oliver. All right, he has spoken. Cody Marcus, I subbed to your channel, bro.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Thank you so much, Cody. I greatly appreciate it, man. Glad you like the content, and welcome to the community.
Oliver said, is it tomorrow yet so we can watch Saw X?
Yeah, I got to check those votes, by the way. It's still open. I'm leaving it open to at least past midnight or when we're done with this stream because my dumbass accidentally deleted the first poll that I had set up for that. So I'm giving these guys a little bit more time to vote so they can choose what they want.
Nice. Shannon said, theory. Asa German is Stu's son. He kind of looks like Lillard, and Sid doesn't know him. What do you think about that? You think we might get it like a Stu's son in this one?
I mean, I'll put it this way: if Anna Camp isn't Leslie Mocker, well, let's say she is Leslie Mocker. Let's just say they give her the name anyway. But what if she turns around she's not Stu's sister, Stu's wife?
Ooh,
you know what I mean? And they had a kid along the way, and Stu basically fucking, started a murderous family. Kind of like the Manson family, but they're actually fucking family. You know what I mean? Like, if she's not his sister, I could definitely see that. Because, bro, when I seen Asa Germain, I was like, bro, I thought Jack Champion in 6 kind of gave off a little Stu vibes. Just a little bit with his look. This mofo, bro, I don't know, man. If I was Matthew, I might want to get a DNA test. Listen, there are certain features of him, like from certain shots I've seen, where I'm like, holy shit, he looks just like a fucking young Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Like, so I definitely can see that happening. If Anna Camp isn't his sister, she fuck around and be his wife, and obviously his son would be involved too.
Could be. A troll said we should do a watch party. Yeah, we do. We do one almost every night, every other night. Be a part of the Woodsboro Cinema Club, buddy. And yeah, you already won one. Yeah, we just already watched yours. You could win again. We're gonna spin the wheel Sunday night, right after the Freaky, right after we get done watching Freaky. Sits down and eats popcorn, gets my axe ready. Matthew the Third says, for Scream 7 trailer, what song would you like them to use? Ooh, this is a good one. My pick for the song they use is Mad World by Gary Jules. It perfectly describes Stu. Ooh. Man, this is a good one. Dom, I'm gonna let you go first. What song do you want for the Scream 7 trailer?
Psycho Killer.
Yeah, that song.
That's good. That's good. Marcus?
Well, it's important to note that I want the trailer to go a specific way for this score or song to be played. I want a Scream 3 like kind of like teaser in a way to where we just see the Ghostface mask appearing on the screen as smoke, kind of like smoke and stuff, kind of like your background, Destin. And we get that Marcos Beltrami guitar. Dun, 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 dun. And then
So no song, just the score.
Just the score. And then basically we see the smoke, we see the lettering, and then maybe at the end, if they still are going to put Matthew in the trailer, you get like half of his face and then like it cuts or something like that. Nothing too special, nothing that spoils anything. Because especially for the first teaser, if you do something like that, it's so ambiguous. Because yes, do we still see Stu in this trailer? Yeah, sure. But does that mean he's alive? No. But does it mean he's dead? No. And do we get anything spoiled like all these other fucking trailers like to do? No. You know what I mean? So I would love to hear that old school Marcos Beltrami score. Give me like a 1-minute teaser. We get a bunch of lettering. We get a bunch of fucking Ghostface smoke. Half Matthew, half Stu face. And then it cuts. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
Me coming off the top of my head, because this is such a great question, and we are going to have to end this stream very soon.
Yes.
We're gonna rush through this. I like the idea of Beltrami's score, and then maybe get a little bit of a transition when we see Sydney, like a little bit of her score. You know, a little bit of that, and then at the end, like we see Matthew Lillard, because we know he's going to be revealed in the trailer. And then like surprise Sydney like on like a FaceTime or something like that, and like Sydney's eyes go like this, and then it goes, what if, and then the transition of Scream 7 comes on the screen. What if
Bro, that would be sick, especially because this is in so many ways, this is supposed to be like the new Scream 3 of the newer Scream movies.
Right.
That would be
a little bit of Roman and Stu.
Yeah, that would be a fantastic homage. I would be down for that for sure.
I don't want to hear like the whole song or nothing, but I just want to hear that.
Yeah, just like a quick rendition, a quick fade in, you know what I mean, and stuff. Yeah, I can get that. Yeah, for sure. Kind of like in the Us trailer. I got fire on it, but it's faded, and then it cuts to something else.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I fucking love that trailer, dude. It's so good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you see that Jordan Peele's supposed to be doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie?
I heard. I don't know how.
That might have to be on Horror Hooligans.
Yeah. I'll say this real quick. Right now, I don't know how I feel about it. Hey, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, real quick, I want to say you did a fantastic job implementing everything, like from like Freddy's hand or whatever hand you use for that, and also the other hard icons like in the fucking O's or whatever is what Jason's mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight. That's tight how you did that.
Yeah, but you know, Scream and Halloween's got to be there because that's me and you. That's our bread and butter, man. Scream, Halloween, everything in between.
Yeah, that's the top two for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I was messing with it for a while, man. I went through like a lot of different versions and was like, man, what else can I do here? But I was like, all right, this seems right. This feels good. Man, I can't wait for that first episode, man. Monday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Damn! I didn't know I looked that bad. Scruffy Duffy over here. Thanks, Val. It's all right. I'll shave tomorrow. Theory. Stu's parents had a... Oh, this is hers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. Well, I was reading hers before we got to it. Maybe she reposted it. Should Sydney's father show up in Scream 7 and be remarried? I don't know. Maybe remarried. I would like to see Sid's father in this for it to be a more Sydney focused movie. Yeah, I want to see Sydney's father maybe remarried or not. It doesn't have. It doesn't. Maybe a girlfriend. What do y'all think about this? Y'all want to see him?
Oh yeah, I want to see him be killed off. You know, listen, I'm not trying to be ignorant, but I just feel like, you know, one, he's not dead because, I mean, that was a deleted scene from Scream 4. You know, especially in regards to Stu.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
You know, in regards to Stu, he got to get that get back. Neil got away. You know what I mean? So, plus, this would show, and this is why I wouldn't be against them doing this as a cliffhanger ending to lead into Woodsboro or whatever and stuff. Like that's really personal. Like we talk about Mark being a personal kill. This is her father, and then that would make two parents of Sydney's who were killed by Ghostfaces.
Yeah,
you know that's symbolic.
He could be the opening kill.
Even that, that's symbolic to me. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So yes, do I want to see Neil Prescott back? Maybe we get a couple minutes of him where we do see him kind of being a great grandfather, stuff like that. And then maybe at some point, like I said, the ending, or maybe they do start it off in the beginning as an opening kill. One way or another, I do want to see Neil, and I want him to get killed off as a way to show that this is more personal than ever before.
Yeah. Val said, just looked up the cast of the OG, and it's only lists expelled student number 2, but not expelled student number 1. Interesting. Wow. I never noticed that. Good catch.
Heck yeah. Hey, thank you for looking that up, Val. That was smart.
Yeah. Leonia Chanel says, been watching the stream for a bit. I came in late after work, but I hope everything is having a... Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. This will go in replay mode. You can go and watch the beginning of it, but just great to have you here. Thank you for showing support and being a part of the conversation. We're thrilled to have you, honestly. Love you. Hell yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. Everyone, it's been a good night for some Scream Talk. It's been a really good night.
Man.
Scream 5 and 6 was filmed back to back. Well, I think sort of.
Yeah, still within a year. Well, still more than a year from each other.
Stella G says the sheriff would have gotten the footage before Dewey ever saw it. Dewey was in the hospital. Yep.
That is true. I didn't even think about that.
He was stabbed that night. If the sheriff was in cahoots with the parents, he would have just kept quiet. Yep. Good points. Really good points.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to skip over. We are going to have to end the stream here. Have a good one, Marcus, Destin, and Dom, and chat headed out. Yeah, thank you again.
Yep.
DJ, I will check out that song, Hooligan from Kiss of the Destroyer album. I'm really interested in that. I'll probably listen to that as soon as the stream is over. But yeah, not to mention Sydney's aunt dying in 4. Yeah, that was kind of lackluster a little bit.
Yeah.
Took place. Yeah.
I do want to plug this in if you don't mind, real quick, Destin. I just want to say something to DJ. DJ, do me a favor. If you haven't been able to check my post yet, go check my posts or leave me a comment on one of my videos. It can be anyone. And what I'll do is, if you haven't voted yet for the movie you want to watch, I will send you the link before the voting poll closes, and then you can make your vote. Because I found an easier way for you guys to be able to get your votes. You guys just press the link, the movies show right up, you press which movie you want to watch, and then good money.
Nice. Hell yeah. Shannon said, my brain's asleep, so I meant Sid may not know Anna's character, sort of like Sydney doesn't know Judy and Corey. Yeah. My brain's asleep too. Thank y'all so much, everybody, for the love tonight. Again, if you're just popping in, please hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. It helps the algorithm of this video to get reshown after we go, into replay mode. Just a reminder, we are launching Horror Hooligans podcast Monday night, 8 p.m. Central, It'll be Monday, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. First episode on my channel this Monday, the 9th, and then the second channel on Wednesday night at Marcus's channel. So please be a part of that. We want y'all to be there. We want y'all's support and y'all's input if y'all like it. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Thank you again. Just one more plug in, and I will shut up about it. Horror Hooligans podcast, Monday night, 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. Central. Sorry. Okay. Thank y'all again. This has been a great Scream Talk. Here's to another week. We will have Scream Talk again next Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. As always, we love your faces, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all. We'll be right back. Peace out.
Have a good night, everybody.